Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a demo and review of the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. Basically, I'm just going to be showing you how I've applied it and kind of give you a full-on review and demo of this foundation. I'm going to give my honest opinion on this foundation and kind of give you guys tips and tricks. I've worn it a few times, so I'm kind of liking it, kind of finding a few things that I don't like about it as well. So I'm going to give my full-on honest opinion on this foundation. For those who might want to purchase it, kind of give you guys a little demo for it. I really hope that you guys enjoy this video, and so if you guys want to see how I do that, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I've already applied my moisturizer to my face. I didn't apply a primer just because I don't have one I really like at the moment. I've just been applying my moisturizer and I find that that helps my foundation stick to that base. So if you have a primer that you are loving, go ahead and apply that after you moisturize, or just apply your moisturizer. That's up to you. Also, if you guys have any recommendations on amazing primers that you guys have tried, please comment them down below. I'm going to go straight into the foundation. The packaging of the foundation is pretty nice. I think it's actually really pretty. It's got, half kind of black ombre into the color of the foundation. I got it in the shade number 2 and it is in the tone Natural. They do have a small selection of foundations. I think they have 1 through 6 or 1 through 5, something like that. It wasn't a lot of options, and this is how it looks when you take off the little cap. It's got that little pump right there, and I think it's a really nice pump and nice applicator. It's not an applicator. It's a really nice pump to be able to put it on the back of your hand or wherever you're gonna put it. I really like the pump because I think it kind of helps you conserve as much product as you possibly can. I feel like with 1 pump of this, it's honestly good enough. Sometimes I do 1.5 and I have a little bit of extra. Here's what it says on the back. It says Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Plus Concealer. Medium to full coverage, lightweight, oil-free formula, long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. I honestly think it's got a good coverage to this foundation. It's definitely buildable if you want more, but I honestly think 1 layer is sufficient. I'm going to go ahead and apply the foundation, and once I'm done with the whole application, I'm going to give you guys a kind of full review on the product. As I'm applying the foundation, I'm going to give you guys tips and tricks, as well as a little bit of a review throughout the process. So I'm going to go ahead and do a pump and a half on the back of my hand. It looks like that. And the way that I like to apply this foundation is with my Beauty Blender. I found that when I apply it with my brush, it's way more full coverage than what I want it to be. The Beauty Blender does take a little bit of the excess product off of your skin, so it kind of makes it a little bit more lightweight and wearable. Like I said, this foundation is pretty full coverage, so this is my way of applying my foundation. So I'm just going to put that on my Beauty Blender and start blending this onto my face. I'm going to start right here. I never apply a lot of foundation right under my eye. I honestly like to leave that for my concealer only. I do kind of go over it when I have a little bit of product on the Beauty Blender, but I don't bring it right underneath the eye just because I tend to get super cakey no matter what concealer or foundation it is. So I don't want to apply too much foundation under the eye because I'm going to conceal still. Conceal still, does that make sense? Yeah.
And the nose.
What I'm going to do is apply a little bit more foundation onto my hand, and the reason is because this foundation just tends to come off of my nose so easily. I don't know what it is about this foundation, but it is the only foundation that has ever done this to me besides the Makeup Forever HD foundation. I honestly didn't like that foundation at all, but that was just me. Now this foundation just tends to completely come off of my nose. Like I can't even touch my nose or it's gone. I have noticed it come off of my cheeks a little bit throughout the day. I don't even know how that happens, but I end up having some like splotches here and there, and it's weird to me because I've never had that problem with another foundation. I did notice that it happens more often when I do it with when I apply it with my brush, and I'm going to apply a little bit more onto my nose. I'm also going to do just a little bit more on the cheeks, just because a little bit of redness and my acne scars were peeking through. You probably can't see it on the camera, but also just because I had a little bit of excess. So there we go. I'm applying a little bit more onto my nose, and once I've done that, I have a smooth application of this foundation. You want to make sure you're also blending it onto your neck. Okay. So now that I have the foundation applied, I'm going to kind of show you guys a little close-up. It definitely looks full coverage. You can't see any blemishes. Obviously, I didn't apply under my eye. That's why I still have a little bit of dark circles under there. But other than that, it looks like a smooth, nice application of this foundation. So that is the way that I like to apply this foundation. If you don't have the Beauty Blender, there is the drugstore option, which is the Real Techniques beauty sponge. I think that's what it's called, something like that. If you want more coverage, you could definitely do another layer. I wouldn't suggest it, especially not on my skin. I hate the feeling of a crap ton foundation on my face, so this does me just fine. I'm going to go right into applying my concealer, and then I'll show you guys how I set everything afterwards. Now I'm going to apply my Airspun powder. I use the shade Naturally Neutral, and I'm just going to take my Beauty Blender. Like I've said, I do this in all of my tutorials. Reason being, this is the only thing that prevents me from getting oily. If I want more of a dewy look, I'm obviously not going to mattify my face with this technique, but this is the only thing that mattifies my face and keeps my makeup on all day. And like I said, I go over the nose. My nose is oily, and I want my makeup to stay on all day, and that's where it comes off the easiest. So I'm gonna apply some on there too. Sorry, I keep looking at the viewfinder. It's hard not to look at it. Okay, so now I'm just going to leave that on there for a couple minutes, and then I'll be right back and take it off and finish up the face. Okay guys, so now that I finished the whole makeup look, I want to go in kind of depth with this foundation and what I honestly and truly think. Overall, I think it's a really good foundation. It's honestly a good drugstore foundation. I think it was like $9 or something. I honestly don't remember. If I would have purchased this for $30 to $40, I would be very upset with the quality of the foundation. Like I said in this video, it does come off of my nose throughout the day, and that's honestly so annoying to me because I go through 5 to 10 minutes of literally baking my entire nose, under eye, forehead, and chin area to set that makeup so it stays on all day. I've worn this a couple of times already, and every single time I notice that it starts kind of patchy, like a patchy look to my nose. For the price of this foundation, I would recommend it. Just use maybe some of these techniques that I gave you guys in this video. It may also be just my skin type or my skin in general that it's coming off of the nose. I honestly haven't heard a lot of people say too many bad things about it. So like I said, I would recommend it. And if you guys want to purchase this foundation, I got it at my drugstore. If any of you guys have the same problem, please let me know. I would like to know if others are having the same conflict as me. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation demo / review. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like.